phase 2 of AWS Security Capstone project. In this phase, I am working on detective controls. Objective is to collect logs from all the accounts and keep it in one place so that the organization can answer what happened and when for any resource. This is the objective. So as part of this phase, what I would be doing, confirm organization wide CloudTrail is on, logging to the log archive account, which log file validation enabled. As part of landing zone deployment, I have already enabled CloudTrail, but I'll just go through and validate. It is confirm it is enabled, and also make sure logging is happening to the log archive account with log file validation is enabled. Similarly, enable AWS config with organizations aggregator, deploy conformance pack for HIPAA or CIS or AWS Foundation benchmark. I think this is not done as part of the landing zone. I would do it in this phase, in this video. And enable security hub. It is enabled as part of the landing zone, but see aggregate findings into audit account, and then enable CIS and AWS foundational security best practices standards. I believe this particular thing is not done in my in the security hub. Enabling CIS and AWS foundational security best practices standards, I think it is not enabled. I will go ahead and do it. And enabling Amazon Macy. Amazon Macy is done as part of the landing zone, and I would probably run a discovery job and confirm it correctly collects PHI bearing S3 buckets. Okay, I will have to do it. Set a cloud watch and event bridge rule that forwards high and critical security hub findings to Slack or SNS channel. Okay, this is also not done. Let me do it. So the first things first, just let's go and cross check if CloudTrail is on and logging to the log archive account with the log file validation is enabled. So for this, I would go to my AWS management console and see CloudTrail is on. Okay, so in the console, I would search for CloudTrail. I actually had a CloudTrail enabled, but I just removed to reduce the cost, but I will do it again. So for this, you need to say cleared CloudTrail, give a name, maybe keep it same. I need to. Okay, so then the trail of log bucket will go to this S3 bucket. So there is a information, there is no cost for the log of these accounts, but we will incur the charges for the S3 bucket that we create and store the logs. That we need to be careful about it. Create a trial. Now I have a CloudTrail enabled and running into my S3 bucket. Then enabling of CloudTrail is fine, but what was the other thing I need to check? Logging to the log archive account and log file validation enabled. So maybe in the production you need to make sure that your S3 bucket is in log archive account, AWS account. But since this is a Capstone project, I just to reduce the complexity, I kept the store S3 bucket in the same account. And see, and what is that? Log file validation enable. Let's check what is this. What is this? Log file validation enabled. See, my S3 bucket or CloudTrail is in the same account where I am operating. This is my management account, same account, but usually this should go, the storage should go to the log archive account. You should have separate log archive account and this information should go there. Let me show you my AWS organization. This is my AWS organization and accounts. So what that means is, in the security OU, and there is a security account, but what it means is you have one um, log archive account and all the information should go to that account. I created another account, though it is duplicate, but just to show how would I have a different accounts under security OU. One is a aggregator account and CloudTrail administrator account. So here I created as a CloudTrail administrator, but in this one we can say log archive account. It is a log archive account. So usually my information, log trail information, should be going into this account. That was a requirement and usual real world scenario. CloudTrail logging is enabled. Say logging on to, okay, logging is enabled. To verify that, I have used this cloud shell. To verify that, I have used this cloud shell command, and this is the output. In the output, we need to make sure that log file validation enabled is true. Here it is false, but this must be true. So let's change it to true. This is a requirement, log file validation enabled. So we will enable it. I will enable it, and I will also understand what exactly is this, why this is needed, what is the benefit this particular settings provides. That makes sense. I can see that here also log file validation is disabled, so probably enabling won't be that difficult. Yeah, here it is, log file validation. This is enabled. Let's see what exactly is this. Okay, I'm trying to understand why this particular feature is needed. Enabling log file validation is a security best practice. It tells you if your audit logs have been tampered with, modified or deleted after they return. Without this, an attacker who gains access to your system could alter CloudTrail logs to hide the tracks. Okay, and here is how it exactly works. Once enabled, CloudTrail automatically creates digest file every hour. This digest file contains cryptographic hash of the log files delivered during that hour. CloudTrail signs these digest files using publicly cryptography. If an attacker modifies even a single character in a log file, a cryptographic signature no longer matches. So, apart from protecting it from the tampering, it is also regulatory compliance. So, several regulatory bodies have this requirement in their rule of compliance. For example, PCI DSS, SOC 2, HIPAA, ISO, IEC 27. That's all of these regulatory compliances require that particular setting to be enabled. And even legal and forensic validity also, we have to prove that our logs are not tampered. And zero performance impact and is the another reason. Okay, I understood why it is needed now. I'll go back. Apart from enabling log file validation, I'm seeing other two settings like log file SSE KMS encryption. I think we can encrypt this log file with server side encryption, KMS key encryption. I think if we enable with the KMS key, it will be encrypted, and we can also enable SNS notification delivery. So maybe let's do all of this. These are seemingly required settings. Now I think the first requirement, enabling organization wide CloudTrail, is on, and logging into the log archive is done, and log file validation is also done. Additionally, I have encrypted this log file with the server side encryption SSE with KVM, this particular key, and then I have also enabled SNS notification delivery. Fine. So with this, I will end this video. Remaining configuration settings in this phase we'll do in a next video.